Well, let's get the very latest from Claire Paccalin. She's our reporter currently in the southern Lebanese city of Sidon. Claire, tell us then about where you are and what's been happening there today.
Well, Sidon is known as the gateway to the south of Lebanon. And I can tell you, behind me, in the area behind me, at around 9:30 this morning, there were four Israeli strikes here. We don't know if they were drone from the air or from the sea, but four took place here. 2 people were killed, 2 others were injured. Sidon has become a refuge place for many Lebanese people who have been fleeing from the south. The city is very, very crowded. We've been speaking to people who are sleeping in tents, people who are sleeping in their cars along the seafront. There are shelters for people here, but they are overcrowded. People are very reliant on aid given out by charities, food, bottled water. It's a pretty tense atmosphere in Sidon at the moment. Earlier on, I was further south in Tyre, in the city of Tyre. Now, that's very much in the red zone, so the Israeli army reissuing late last night its evacuation order, telling residents there to leave. And we have heard recently from the Arabic language spokesperson of the Israeli army saying that the Israelis will now be targeting crossing points across the Zahrani River to try to prevent Hezbollah from moving men and supplies and weapons. This as Hezbollah continues. We saw that lots last night. Several rockets from Hezbollah being fired from the south of Lebanon into northern Israel. When we were in Tyre, we were told that there had been 6 Israeli airstrikes so far today in Tyre. And above our heads, we saw at least 3 what appeared to be Israeli aircraft in the skies as 2.
And Claire, take us then to that dramatic footage we played at the top of the programme, the bombing of the heart of Beirut this morning. I understand you were actually in the capital today when that happened.
It happened in the early hours of this morning, not too far from where we were. So we went to the scene as fast as we could. And the building, as you can see in those images, completely flattened. What's interesting is that same building was targeted in the lower floors last week. But it was the strike in the early hours of this morning that brought it to the ground. But the Israeli army did give out a warning signal. And so people nearby were able to evacuate. And as we understand, there were no casualties. While we were at that site of that flattened building, we heard another blast, and so we got into the car and drove for about a kilometre to a different neighbourhood, the Zoak al-Balat neighbourhood, and there we saw the impact of a precision strike on the 7th floor of a building there in a highly densely populated area. So even though that strike was a precision strike, it really was clearly really targeting one particular apartment building and one particular floor and one apartment. The nearby buildings, particularly one of them opposite, had been impacted as well. And certainly, I've got to stress, this is in central Beirut. This is not in the southern suburbs, the Dahia. This is not in the Hezbollah stronghold. And I was speaking to locals there. So we saw people in those central Beirut neighborhoods with their suitcases leaving, just trying to get out as quickly as they could. Others, though, one gentleman that I spoke to was there with his wife and 3 young children who said, we don't have anywhere else to go. It's either we stay in our homes or we end up on the street. So for now, we're choosing to stay in our homes.
All right, Claire Paccalin reporting for us this hour in Sidon. Earlier on this morning, she was in the Lebanese capital, in Beirut. Thank you.